Top of the Key building, and this is the beautiful view today. Came up here to do my quiet times. I've often thought Duncanville is quite ugly comparatively, but today I look out and I see it's beautiful, and I feel like that's a rude thing to say to God about the beauty that He's created. But one of the things that He did today is He asked me to come up here, and He reminded me that this is actually a beautiful place, but it's beautiful because we've had so much rain lately. Look at how green that is. Look at how incredibly green and gorgeous that is. Look at how full that lake is. And he says to me, Caleb, everything grows well when you provide what is needed for growth, the rain. I just planted grass in my yard in two places. In one place I planted it in soil that wasn't very rich that I had just gathered from around my yard and projects. And the other place I got rich compost. This seed that I planted in the compost grew in like 2 days. The seed that I planted in the other area still hasn't sprouted. And I planted it like 3 weeks before I planted the other seed or more. What I feel like God was telling me and teaching me this morning, what I know that He's telling me and teaching me this morning is that, our job is to be people who give encouragement, who provide conditions where growth can take place. We can't force people to respond. I can't make anyone choose life. And God's the thing that makes it grow. He's the one who miraculously makes that seed sprout out of the ground. But He calls His children to be cultivators, to spread the fertilizer that's full of life, to be full of life themselves. And life is contagious. To be willing to water the seeds as much as they need watering. To constantly, through encouragement, encourage one another daily as long as it is called today, so that none of you will be hardened by sin's deceitfulness. And that's just so encouraging to think that's the calling. The calling is to make conditions whereby you can see beautiful growth. This beauty that God has surrounded us with, that you can see from up here. He reminded me today that the potential is there for everyone. We're to be people who create conditions where they can achieve that potential that God built within them to achieve. He wants to bring the growth. And He wants us to be willing to cultivate, through encouragement and love, the soil in people's hearts so that they can respond and become beautiful, just like Duncanville.